Above the sea, on weathered stone, there stood a village grown and old. The bread was warm, the nets were dried, the lamps were lit at eventide. The children laughed along the square. The grandmother still braided prayer, but slowly, softly, through the years, some names had vanished into air. The names no one said did not truly die. They slept in the walls, they waited in the sky. The names no one said still live somewhere the same. For every heart had hidden rooms, still whispering a name. They stopped saying who had gone, they stopped saying who they mourned. Old loves faded from the tongue, dreams were buried still and young. The fisherman forgot his boat, a mother lost an old sweet note, and every silence, day by day, carried something dear away. The names no one said did not truly die. They slept in the walls, they waited in the sky. The names no one said still live somewhere the same. For every heart had hidden rooms, still whispering a name. And over sea and olive tree, a quiet wind began to breathe. Above the sea, on weathered stone, there stood a village grown and old. The bread was warm, the nets were dried, the lamps were lit at eventide. The children laughed along the square, the grandmother still braided prayer. But slowly, softly, through the years, some names had vanished into air. The names no one said did not truly die. They slept in the walls, they waited in the sky. The names no one said still lived somewhere the same. For every heart had hidden rooms, still whispering a name. stopped saying who had gone. They stopped saying who they mourned. Old loves faded from the tongue. Dreams were buried still and young. The fisherman forgot his boat. A mother lost an old sweet note. And every silence day by day carried something dear away. The names no one said did not truly die. They slept in the walls, they waited in the sky. The names no one said still lived somewhere the same. For every heart had hidden rooms, still whispering a name. And over sea and olive tree, a quiet wind began to breathe. One evening when the sun went low, a warm wind rose from down below. It touched the sheets on balcony lines. It turned the pages left with time. It moved through chapels, boats and doors, across old tiles and kitchen floors. At first it sounded thin and far, like someone humming where you are. Then the wind began to whisper softly through the town. Through bottles, bells and window frames it laid old sorrow down. The wind began to whisper what silence could not keep, and all the names long buried deep began to wake from sleep. A lonely girl beside the stair heard her name move through the air. The friends she made in childhood games came back to her in breath and flame. An old grandmother by the fire heard her sister's name return, so gently that she closed her eyes, as if to keep the moment warm. Then the wind began to whisper softly through the town. Through bottles, bells and window frames it laid old sorrow down. The wind began to whisper what silence could not keep, and all the names long buried deep began to wake from sleep. The mandolin upon the wall rang once without a hand at all. A little bell above a door remembered what it was for, and every room became a place where memory returned with grace. One evening when the sun went low, a warm wind rose from down below. It touched the sheets on balcony lights. It turned the pages left with time. It moved through chapels, boats and doors, across old tiles and kitchen floors. At first it sounded thin and far, like someone humming where you are. Then the wind began to whisper softly through the town, through bottles, bells and window frames. It laid old sorrow down. The wind began to whisper what silence could not keep, and all the names long buried deep began to wake from sleep. A lonely girl beside the stair heard a name move through the air. The friends she made in childhood games came back to her in breath and flame. An old grandmother by the fire heard her sister's name return, so gently that she closed her eyes, as if to keep the moment warm. Then the wind began to whisper softly through the town, through bottles, bells and window frames. It laid old sorrow down. The wind began to whisper what silence could not keep, and all the names long buried deep began to wake from sleep. The mandolin upon the wall rang once without a hand at all. A little bell above a door remembered what it was for, and every room became a place where memory returned with grace. The old fisherman faced the sea and heard the name that used to be painted once upon his boat, before the storms, before the smoke. A proud man in a jacket worn heard the name of someone gone, the woman he had loved in spring but never asked for anything. Each name opened a door, quietly one by one. A room long closed inside the heart felt the warmth of sun. Each name opened a door, not to wound but to restore. For names are small forgotten keys to what we were before. A boy beneath the lantern light heard his secret name that night, the one he gave himself at 5, when every dream still felt alive. A widow in her apron gray heard her mother's name like May, and standing still beside the bread, she smiled through tears she never shed. Each name opened a door, quietly one by one. A room long closed inside the heart felt the warmth of sun. Each name opened a door, not to wound but to restore. For names are small forgotten keys to what we were before. The wind moved on through olive leaves, through courtyard stones and chimneys, and all across the fading blue, old love returned in something true. For when a name is spoken right, it brings a little back to life. The old fisherman faced the sea and heard the name that used to be painted once upon his boat, before the storms, before the smoke. A proud man in a jacket worn heard the name of someone gone, the woman he had loved in spring but never asked for anything. Each name opened a door, quietly, one by one. A room long closed inside the heart felt the warmth of sun. Each name opened a door, not to wound but to restore. For names are small, forgotten keys to what we were before. A boy beneath the lantern light heard his secret name that night, the one he gave himself at 5, when every dream still felt alive. A widow in her apron gray heard her mother's name like May, and standing still beside the bread, she smiled through tears she never shed. Each name opened a door, quietly, one by one. A room long closed inside the heart felt the warmth of sun. Each name opened a door, not to wound but to restore. For names are small, forgotten keys to what we were before. The wind moved on through olive leaves, through courtyard stones and chimneys, and all across the fading blue, old love returned in something true. For when a name is spoken right, it brings a little back to life. At moonrise on the high stone, where village meets the sea alone, a figure stood in linen white, half made of paper, breeze and light. Its arms were thin, its nose was long, its mask was shaped like folded song, an envelope of moonlit thread, with ribbons where the wind had led. There stood the creature on the cliff, calling names without a voice. With moving hands it wrote the air, and every heart had to make a choice. Would they speak what they had buried? Would they call what they had lost? Or let the wind keep carrying what silence always costs? The glowing letters drifted down, above the roofs and through the town. Names of sisters, names of sons, names of lovers, hidden ones. The villagers walked soft and slow, through candlelight and rooftop glow. They followed where the creature led, as calligraphed names moved overhead. There stood the creature on the cliff, calling names without a voice. With moving hands it wrote the air, and every heart had to make a choice. Would they speak what they had buried? Would they call what they had lost? Or let the wind keep carrying what silence always costs? The accordion breathed low and near, a whistle traced the evening clear, and under stars above the sea, they felt who they were meant to be. For some truths do not need a scream, they enter softly like a dream. At moonrise on the highest stone, where village meets the sea alone, a figure stood in linen white, half made of paper, breeze and light. Its arms were thin, its nose was long, its mask was shaped like folded song, an envelope of moonlit thread, with ribbons where the wind had led. There stood the creature on the cliff, calling names without a voice. With moving hands it wrote the air, and every heart had to make a choice. Would they speak what they had buried? Would they call what they had lost? Or let the wind keep carrying what silence always costs? The glowing letters drifted down above the roofs and through the town. Names of sisters, names of sons, names of lovers, hidden ones. The villagers walked soft and slow through candlelight and rooftop glow. They followed where the creature led, as calligraphed names moved overhead. There stood the creature on the cliff, calling names without a voice. With moving hands it wrote the air, and every heart had to make a choice. Would they speak what they had buried? Would they call what they had lost? Or let the wind keep carrying what silence always cost? The accordion breathed low and near, a whistle traced the evening clear, and under stars above the sea they felt who they were meant to be. For some truths do not need a scream, they enter softly like a dream. By dawn the wind had grown so mild, the sea was silver, calm and wide. The creature faded with the breeze, beyond the cliff, beyond the trees. But in the square the people stayed, not as they were the day before. For one by one they spoke aloud the names they had been hiding for. Say the name and keep the light, hold it gently through the night. What love has touched cannot be gone if the heart still carries on. Say the name and let it stay, do not turn your face away. For every name we dare to keep makes memory less asleep. The fisherman named back his boat, the grandmother sang the sister note. The proud man whispered through his pain the name he'd feared for years in vain. The child stood laughing in the sun and spoke the name of who he'd become. The village listened calm and still, as if the wind remained there still. Say the name and keep the light, hold it gently through the night. What love has touched cannot be gone if the heart still carries on. Say the name and let it stay, do not turn your face away. For every name we dare to keep makes memory less asleep. every year when breezes rise, they open doors and lift their eyes, and on the cliff by lantern flame they gather close and speak each name. For names are homes that love once made, and wind returns what hearts mislaid. By dawn the wind had grown so mild, the sea was silver, calm and wide. The creature faded with the breeze, beyond the cliff, beyond the trees. But in the square the people stayed, not as they were the day before. For one by one they spoke aloud the names they had been hiding for. Say the name and keep the light, hold it gently through the night. What love has touched cannot be gone if the heart still carries on. Say the name and let it stay. Do not turn your face away, for every name we dare to keep makes memory less asleep. The fisherman named back his boat, the grandmother sang the sister note, the proud man whispered through his pain the name he'd feared for years in vain. The child stood laughing in the sun and spoke the name of who he'd become. The village listened calm and still, as if the wind remained there still. Say the name and keep the light, hold it gently through the night. What love has touched cannot be gone if the heart still carries on. Say the name and let it stay. Do not turn your face away, for every name we dare to keep makes memory less asleep. Now every year when breezes rise, they open doors and lift their eyes, and on the cliff by lantern flame they gather close and speak each name. For names are homes that love once made, and wind returns what hearts mislaid.